So here I'm in the car museum. I'm in the car museum in Italy, in Turin. It's called the Automobile Museum. So literally it's a celebration of the Italian invention from the 1800s. Quite an assortment. Quite beautiful. You can actually see the journey. It wasn't easy. You can see the struggles from a rudiment of a vehicle to what we have now. It's quite a statement. Alright, so I'll try and take you through the journey and see what we can say about it. So generally, you have to remember we changed force from blood force, that's from horses and big animals, into mechanization. Okay, among the first mechanized instruments was steam, and so we can start with this. You can see. So here the artist tries to illustrate how the horses became phantoms and the horses disappear. So quite an artistic way of trying to describe. So you can see here, small vehicle, literally a bicycle in my opinion, with one engine, with one tire at the back. The tiny engine, as you can see, fairly interesting. Then there's this with a very funny whatever that is, but it has quite some very tiny wheels, you can see. And then there's this with the steering. It's not a steering, it's actually a steer bar, steer metal. Then there's this structure here. So this is a steam. Quite something. So that is the beginning, and then you have all these small structures here, prepared with very interesting shock absorbers, you can see. Very interesting radiators on the back. You can see the lamps was a struggle, the seats was a struggle. Again, the radiators, the cooling systems. So this was a Fiat of 1903. This was a Fiat of 1899. There is more here. 1904 and 1901 structures. Right, so we go on, and at least now we are moving towards 1908. And you can see more and more structures. There's a 1908 structure here. It's huge, big car with big wheels. So this was owned by the owner of this museum. Alright. The owner of this museum was Carlo Biscaretti di Ruffia, something like this. So yeah, you can see there's more. It's huge cars with quite interesting. You can see a horn here. There's not much in instrumentation, but you can see what is going on at the steering. There was one seat behind there, and there's this. Alright, so I'll try and move. You can see there's some big structures here. Quite Interesting for a 1909 structure. It's a beautiful girl here, 1913. It's 1910. It's a 1905 structure. I forgot to talk about this 1912 structure. She's really good. It's a Fiat. Share some pictures on that. Alright. So we move ahead. Just power through as I take you through this journey of this good. So here we are in the 1920s. So you can see what the artists tried to do. They tried to capture some music and the jazz music that was there just after World War I or during just after World War I. You can see the women, the vehicles now had quite something. You can see this structure. It had a boss. You can see it like a boss. How interesting. Try and capture that correctly. When the driver was here, there's now instrumentation was coming. Quite some instrumentation. There's a big bald girl here. So this one is a 1914 structure. So between World War I, between the beginning and the end, some of these vehicles I assume were used by the military. It was a struggle, I tell you. So you can see they try to describe when these vehicles are being used. So like a short movie that keeps rewinding itself. It's quite good actually. I rather enjoy it. I think these are the days of the movies of Charlie Chaplin. Alright, so moving on ahead swiftly. This is a 1948. This is way later, yeah? 1914 structure. And they call it the aerodynamic. I think that's when aerodynamism was considered to be aerodynamic. So yeah, in came aerodynamics. It's quite something. You can see that. Try and show you what is going on here. Some illustrations of aerodynamism. So there was a vehicle that was that way. How interesting. Looks like a Presley. Alright, so I'm gonna make a second video. Let me just finish here. Alright, so this is the beginning of World War II, 1936. I'm hoping I'll see the vehicles that were being used by the Nazi.
Ma nemmeno la Topolino riesce a rianimare il mercato automobilistico italiano. Ciò che invece progressivamente...
Alright, so I'm gonna try and enjoy the remaining part of I'll take another video later. So, of course they had to put part of the war. Just take you through this, you can see. This is the Jeep. There were two Jeeps of this type. There was one that was made by the US. And you can see the artists are quite thorough on this. You can see concrete with rebar. It's quite messy. It's World War II. 1941. It's destruction all over. Alright, so I'm gonna make a part 2. That's 10 minutes. Okay, bye bye.